Should government use behavioral economics to influence citizens? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss a fascinating question at the intersection of economics, psychology, and public policy. Should government use behavioral economics to influence citizens' decisions? Traditional economics assumes that individuals are rational decision makers. According to this view, people carefully evaluate costs and benefits before making choices. If consumers receive accurate information and markets function efficiently, they are expected to make decisions that maximize their own welfare. However, decades of research in behavioral economics have challenged this assumption. Psychologists and economists have demonstrated that people are often influenced by cognitive biases, emotions, and imperfect judgment. For example, individuals tend to prefer immediate rewards over larger future benefits, a phenomenon known as present bias. Many people postpone saving for retirement even though they understand its long-term importance. Similarly, consumers frequently make irrational purchasing decisions because of framing effects, anchoring, or overconfidence. Recognizing these predictable biases, some scholars have proposed that governments should design policies that gently guide people toward better decisions. This approach is commonly known as a nudge. Unlike traditional regulation, a nudge does not eliminate freedom of choice. Instead, it changes the way choices are presented. For example, employees can automatically be enrolled in retirement savings plans while remaining free to opt out. Many studies show that such policies significantly increase participation without restricting individual liberty. Supporters argue that nudges represent a practical solution to real-world decision-making problems. If governments already influence behavior through taxation, public education, and legal regulations, using insights from behavioral science may simply make public policy more effective. Nudges can improve public health, increase organ donation rates, encourage energy conservation, and promote financial responsibility. Because individuals retain the ability to choose otherwise, supporters claim that nudges preserve personal autonomy while enhancing social welfare. However, critics raise important ethical concerns. The first concern is paternalism. Who decides what counts as a better decision? Government officials may believe they are acting in citizens' best interests, but reasonable people often disagree about what constitutes a good life. If governments begin shaping individual choices too aggressively, even subtle interventions may undermine genuine autonomy. Another concern is transparency. Many nudges operate precisely because people do not consciously recognize how their decisions are being influenced. Some philosophers argue that influencing behavior through unconscious psychological mechanisms resembles manipulation rather than persuasion. Citizens should be convinced through rational argument, not quietly steered through carefully designed choice architectures. In my opinion, behavioral economics offers valuable insights that governments should not ignore. Nevertheless, nudges should satisfy three conditions. First, they should pursue legitimate public interest rather than political advantage. Second, they should remain transparent so citizens understand how policies influence their choices. Finally, opting out should always remain easy and accessible. Under these conditions, behavioral policies can improve decision-making without compromising democratic values. Ultimately, the debate over nudges reflects a deeper philosophical question. Is freedom simply the absence of coercion? Or does true freedom also require protection from our own predictable irrationality? The answer to that question will shape the future of public policy in the 21st century. So here's my question for you. Should governments actively design policies that guide citizens toward better decisions? Or should individuals be left entirely free to make their own choices, even when those choices are predictably irrational? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.